Welcome to the Lead Pedal Podcast with your host, Bruce Outridge, where he talks all things trucking. Now let's get rolling.
What class license do you need to drive a dump truck? That's right. That's the question we're going to answer today. We haven't done a Lead Pedal Q&A for a while, but we had one come in from a listener who was asking us just that. Before we get to that, let me tell you about Bison Transport. They don't have an AD license or straight truck license, so you have to actually drive one of their tractor trailers. Sorry, but they got some great ones. They've got Volvos, they got Freightliners, they even got some Peterbilts. Why wouldn't you want to drive for the safest fleet in Canada and one that's well maintained as well? So you know what? Check out bisondriving.com for all of the opportunities available. They have all the latest technology and collision mitigation technology in their trucks, so you don't have to worry about a thing. And they've already got a record of being one of the safest fleets in Canada, so you're not going to get into an accident. But if you do, you're set up perfectly. Anyway, check out bisondriving.com to find out all about that. All right, let's talk about this question that came in from a listener, and this one was a dump truck. So they want to know whether they need a CDL-A or a CDL-B. All right, so just so you know, this is a U.S. question, so commercial driver's license is what CDL stands for. But in Canada here we have Class A, which is tractor trailer, and if you're out west, it's Class 1, which is also tractor trailer. It means the same thing. So a CDL-A, Class A, or a Class 1 is the same license. It's tractor trailer. Anything, you could drive tractor trailer and anything below that. If you are in the States here, Class B, I believe, is just a straight truck license. In Canada here, in Ontario anyway, it's Class D, which means it's a straight truck license. And straight truck can be deceiving because some straight trucks can actually be driven with a lower license depending on their weight. So very, very easy, very difficult to get into. So anyway, here's what the listener was asking. I'll be getting my CDL later this year. I'm not interested in going over the road. I want to stay local. Driving a dump truck for one of the nearby quarries or construction companies sounds perfect to me. Will I be able to get a job like that with just a CDL-B or a Class D license, or do I need to go all out and get a Class A? All right, so here's the question. Here's the thing. And I've had this come up in a course. I was actually teaching a course at one of the training schools, and the person in the course was just there to get their straight truck license. And I'm just going to call it straight truck and tractor trailer because all the letters just get all messed up. So they were there just to get their straight truck license. And they exact same scenario. They just wanted to drive a dump truck. They had someone who was going to have a dump truck that they could get into. They were just looking to do that. They weren't looking to go over the road or do anything more. Here's the one thing I told them. What happens when you are asked to pull a float? Now, a lot of dump truck, especially if it's a small company, a lot of dump trucks are driven as a straight truck for most of the time, but a lot of times they are required to also haul equipment to the site. So if it's a paving company, they might have the paving tractor roller on a low bed, and they're pulling that. For that, you need a Class A or you need a tractor trailer license. So I always tell people, if you are able, go for the biggest license you can. All right. You always want that. Even if you don't use it, you can always drive just straight truck if you want, but you want to have the biggest license you can. All right. So you want to go get that tractor trailer license if you can. You would be surprised how many times I've seen dump trucks with float trailers behind them or hauling other stuff. Even if you could drive a tow truck with a straight truck license, but as soon as you try to hook something up to it, you need a tractor trailer license. So you never know when the game's going to change, even if you're working within a company, big or small. So you want to have that. So I would always suggest go for the tractor trailer license. It might be a little more money up front, but it's going to pay you back over time in far away. So you're good. A lot of the other people were saying the same thing. You may as well just get the A license and go with it. Class A always looks best on an application, even if you don't want to pull a trailer. They say a lot of triaxle dump trucks are Class B, so it should be enough, but it's only necessary if you plan on driving tractor trailers. However, you don't need a Class A to drive a Class B dump truck. necessarily with a trailer, depending on the weight. A lot of it depends on the weight that they have, right? So you need to make sure. So why not just cover yourself and make sure you get all of it the way you want to do it? All right, that's the best way to get all of that going for you, for sure. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us. Hey, have you guys heard of RS2000 Tax Services? If you're an owner-operator or truck driver in Ontario, Canada, and you are looking for someone to help you with your taxes, RS2000 Tax Services is where you should go. And you can go to rs2000tax.com, and they come to you. So the cool thing is you don't have to go to them. They come to you, and they work with your family. And they usually find stuff that a lot of drivers have not thought about. So rs2000tax.com. Hey, you know what? We were just talking about which license you should get. Always get the one that's right for you, but get as big as a license as you can. That way you always have your career opportunities open for you. And of course, today's Lead Pedal Q&A, just to let you know about our disclaimer, please check with recruiters, check with the school, whatever. All the information we're giving you here and on the podcast in general is general in nature. It's just good information. If you have specific issues with your license or immigration or any of those kind of things, please check with a professional in that industry to make sure that you are following what you should be, because we are general in nature for sure. All right, hey, you know what? If you want to be found and get good jobs, Driver Verified is the way to do this. Just go to driververified.com. You can set up a whole a whole profile there for your drivers, so you have all your employment records together and everything. But the cool thing is they have a heavy G program. If you're one of these people wondering, how do I get my license and for a trailer without going and getting a tractor trailer, they have what they call a heavy G program. So that's for somebody who's hauling maybe a pickup or something that needs to add a trailer on once in a while. This heavy G trainer makes you look better for the insurance. So you want to check that out. DriverVerified.com. That's where you can get all the information. Hey, you don't need me to tell you about it. And you know what? Make sure you follow us on Twitter or X if that's where you are.
Did you know we're on Twitter too? Connect with us there and get involved.
All right, my friends, we're going to take it out of here. Follow us on our socials. Like I say, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on X, we're on LinkedIn or YouTube. And of course, you can find the podcast wherever you find your podcast platform, your popular podcast. All right, my friends, we'll take it out later. Bye for now.
This has been another episode of the Lead Pedal Podcast. For more information or to subscribe to the podcast, visit theleadpedalpodcast.com and be sure to follow the podcast on Facebook and Twitter.